My name's Janae Lopez, and I saw Reefer Madness on November 18th, 2015. My general response to the play was a very positive one. I enjoyed the play mostly because it was really different, and the play was very lively and upbeat and kind of bizarre. But by bizarre, I don't mean that in a negative way. I think it worked really well for the production to have a really outlandish demeanor because that was the point, I think. So obviously the strange and overdramatic things that happen within the play are intended to be that way, so it worked really well and it kept me really intrigued throughout the entire thing. I enjoyed the overall acting in the play because those who played the parts of the main characters did a really great job. My favorite characters in the play were probably Jesus and Ralph. I enjoyed the character of Jesus because I'm sure, like many others, I found him really funny and it was really interesting the entire time he was on stage. I believe that Jesus' character was played really well and that it was just one of the many instances that really allowed the play's satire to become highlighted and seen. So I also liked Ralph's character because he was really good at portraying the psychotic ex-college student demeanor that was assigned to him. And even though it was really kind of uncomfortable to watch him because of his creepy nature at times, I think that was the point. So I think it worked really well, and that my reactions to him and many of the other main characters made it clear that they did their job because that was the playwright's intent. And I think the playwright's intention for the production was to highlight and make fun of a lot of the absurd myths and talked about consequences of marijuana use that started back when the 1936 film was released about Reefer Madness, and to show parents that they assumed awful things that came of those who smoked marijuana, which I'm pretty sure is where this play, why this play was written, because of that film. So, in my opinion, because those old myths were so absurd and exaggerated, I think that that's why they're portrayed as even more dramatic in the musical, in order to satirically mock a lot of the absurd myths that were portrayed about marijuana. Although today's views of marijuana are much more accepted and negative views are much less dramatic than those portrayed in the musical, we still see similarities. So I think that's what the reason is why we're able to laugh at the production like this, is because, as I said, many negative myths of marijuana are still seen today. So we're able to relate as an audience and make fun of the absurd assumptions of myths that often stem from fear about marijuana use and the consequences of it. We see this fear in many dramatic occurrences in the musical, such as marijuana causing one to become sex crazed and to murder and many worse things. So I think the playwright connects with the world we live in today because many people still hold on to those negative popular myths about marijuana that were first introduced in the 1930s, just in a less dramatic fashion.